and we'll be making more progress through the game tonight. Hopefully. And with that, let's get this going there, guys. First, let's look at our skill panels. So, I don't have any skills to spend my money on, so that's a good thing, I guess. And let's watch a cutscene.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Okay, let's examine. The pedestal where the Renis Elma sat 300 years ago. Now it gives off no trace of power. Well, that's a thing that's interesting. Okay, let's look behind all these pillars here and just make sure we're not missing anything. This room is kind of creepy looking though. All right, let's quickly save that. I don't want to do any crazy shit. All right. Depths warp room. All right, let's go to the depths. It's time to go to the depths of the Forbidden Zone. The zone of forbiddenness. Okay, let's... Oh, God, there's... Oh, there...
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Am I going to get a healing circle? I am going to get a healing circle. Okay. You know what? As with anything, I always save right before a healing circle, just in case. Just in case. And it is time.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed
lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renaissance, because right now, we need that most of all.
Time to take back what's ours, bitch.
It's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alvin, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alvin.
What
If we
now?
don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. The flaming dragon yearns to be let free.
Benediction light.
I crumble. Heal. I owe you one. Sword Ring Alpha. Dragon Force. Sword Ring Alpha.
Woo!
I'll finish you here and now.
No, friend. You just stop that, okay? Ow, ow, that hurts. Stop with the... Take this, you freak! Let's go, Law!
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I owe you one.
Yeah, nice try, idiot.
Freeze Lancer!
Nice try, idiot.
I'm on it!
You picked the
Nothing gets by me.
Help! That thing's looking at me!
Can't get out of this!
You need to just stop, okay? Ah! Stop hitting me! It hurts! God damn it! Come on, Dol Halim! Why do you have to be an idiot? Like, legitimately, why are you a moron? Guys, come on, man! You can't stand there taking these shots, man! Okay, let's go.
Die! Consuming wildfire! Here's a healing arc! Swallow dance!
In a bind? Eagle assault! I can carve through the roll now! Dragon form! I'll blind you with a Silent hurricane! Captivity! Far enough! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine!
Dragon form! This should do it!
There we go.
Need to pull myself together.
Try harder! Dragon form!
God damn it! What the hell is that? Oh, I'm gonna just teleport away from you.
Make it in time. I really Dragon form! Sword rain out!
All right.
Talon hurricane! Reflections I sin. Invade smite with blackened blade! I'll finish you here in form! I can carve through armor!
Here's a healing arc!
No further! Eat this! What's this? Dragon form! Piss on!
No, you just stop.
You picked the wrong fight! It was nice rest of life. Heal my weary companion! Deny!
Here's evil!
Heal my weary companion! I'll finish you here and now! Sword rain alpha!
Evil assault!
Dragon
I
form!
never miss!
Bloody howling! Crumble! I'm on a roll now! Eat this!
Oh,
Talon sword! Piss on! Elusive deity!
no,
You picked the wrong
you bitch.
Freaking dusting you apart!
I'm going to need to use
Get up.
Sword rain alpha! Armor won't save you! Can't get out of this! Dragon form! Swallow dance!
Oh man, let's go. Let's go, Law.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
All right, real quick. Orange gel immediately.
Super swallow dance! Take this! Ready to go! I'll blind you with a dot! Finish you here and now! Denied! Dragon form! Sword rain alpha! Dragon form! Dragon form! Elusive deity! Rotating pile driver! Pierce through! Reflect on thy sin! Take smite with blackened blade! First strike! I'm just getting here! With a dragon! Burn it out! Elusive deity! Dragon form! Super sword rain alpha! Now you see what I can do! Everlasting dragon form!
healing circle!
Dragon form! Talon storm!
Need to pull myself together.
Take this! Dragon form! Rending you apart! Dragon form! In a bind?
Here goes!
On your knees! Piss on! Stop! Burn in hell! Dragon form! Blazing flame! Sword rain alpha! Super swallow gas! Bloody howling! On your knees! Dragon form!
You just stop, bitch.
Dragon form! Weary companion! Kill!
I'm out of ammo.
Sword rain alpha! Dragon form! Deity!
Time to die, bitch.
Energy!
Say no more!
Woo, let's go.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now! Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What? It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Shut up!
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Ooh, true.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Outfit!
What's happening? Oh my god. Oh my god! Make it! She's not going to make it, is she?
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those
He
red
was
women.
very alive.
What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
What?
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Doherty? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
That was crazy. That was some crazy shit that we just saw. It was great. That was a great. Yeah, you can't fast travel out of here. All we needed to use like 2 life bottles, which was not that bad. And 2 orange gels, which was not that bad. When you really think about it, it's not that bad. Let's keep it going there, guys. Maintenance passageway. Here we come, maintenance passageway. I like you, maintenance. I'll be taking that. Hell yeah, let's go. Give me that, please. I need all the freaking healing, please. Also, really quickly, while I'm thinking about it, skill panel. Boom. There we go. Strengthening all of our shit. Let's keep it going there, guys. Actually, really quick, we should one more time just save. Since we did defeat the red woman, now let's keep it going. Leave me alone! Okay, freaks.
I won't forgive you.
No, you'll
Ow! Stop hitting me! It hurts!
Tell me, have you ever considered your past?
Let the murderman handle this. I never miss.
You stupid bitch!
Crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Heal my weary companion.
You stupid bitch!
You'll soon see about that.
Take this! You piece of shit! How dare you attack me! This is not how this works, okay?
Armor won't save you.
Okay. Here, have this!
Scarlet Inferno! Heal my weary form!
I'm sorry to trouble you.
You'll do the same for me. Take it down.
No, don't!
No further!
Oh yeah, now you're down. You're mine. And dead. Pathetic. Alright, let's keep it going there, guys. Let's keep this party going. Oh yeah. There, guys. There's a big ass monster in my way. It's not the sky. Ah! It's the attack!
That'll bring you
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Very nice of you to, you know.
Now I'm real mad. Elusive deity. Eagle ray. Try harder.
Nice try, bud.
I'll crush you.
Very nice of you. Nice try, my friend. Time to die. Sayonara, bitch.
Eat this.
Benediction.
What's this? Burn. Leave here. To me. Armor won't save you. Dragon form. Demon lash. Eagle ray. Dragon form.
No, you stop that now, please.
Can you take it? Rip and tear. Dragon form. Sword rain out.
You just need to stop, please.
In a bind.
You stop that now.
Save you. Oh, now I'm real mad.
You get back down, bitch.
Dragon form. Resonate with the earth.
Oh man, let's go. Law going crazy, man. Law going insane. I mean, I'm cool with Law just going insane, man. Eh, stop hitting me. It hurts. You don't need to hit me. It's very rude. Where are you going, Elfin? Monsters that way.
No further.
Okay, I've had enough of your garbage. Please stop that. Please stop. I will now set you on fire. It's getting a little hot in here. Time to kill you. Goodbye. Goodbye, friend.
It was a close thing.
That was only worth 847 experience, by the way. I just want to point that out there. That it's only worth 800 experience. I don't know if that's exactly the most worth it boss of fight in this area to go after anymore.
Here goes! These ones can run rings around us.
Die! It's time to say goodbye, Mr. Wolfie! Wolfie must die viciously when I'm actually aiming my blade at Mr. Wolfie. Oh no, Mr. Wolfie! Time to get rid of Mr. Wolfie. Mr. Wolfie is dead now.
Victory nonetheless.
I made more
We have a
experience
long
in
way
that
yet to
fight
go.
than against the monster that had. That's like a mini boss. That was a mini boss monster that I didn't get any freaking experience out of. That made me sad. Why, video game? Why do you make me sad, video game?
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Joe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all. She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled. He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
What now?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Oh man.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it.
After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different.
Oh man.
I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
Aww.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Oh man! Business on Rena! And another skill panel for Dohalim. Hell yes. Want improved healing arts, by the way.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment, a lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just So much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Ooh, a good question.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Aw.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Damn. Hell yeah. Alright, let's quickly save. That was a lot right there. And now I've got the hiccups. Great. Wonderful. Oh man. Let's go over here and let's sell some shit. And by selling some shit, I mean selling some shit to you. Sell. Platinum dog tag. Alright, really quickly. Forge weapon. Alright. I could do that. I kind of want to get this, just to make sure. Boom. All right, we're in a good spot there. Sell. $34 of these. $37 of those. $22 of these would be a good sell. Holy shit, balls. Alright. Everything that's worthless right now is getting L dropped O. There we go. Get rid of all that worthless garbage. It's all worthless. That's a lot of stuff right there. All right. Let's buy.
Checked your equipment lately?
One of these. Two of these. Three of these. Alright, diamond cape better for him. Fine. Alright, let's quickly save. All the saving needed to be done. Let's go. Let's do it. Alright, you know what? Let's rest up. We need all the resting we can do. Cook before resting. Sure, yeah, why not? Experience boost, M. I think we wait. And let's quickly save. I didn't... What? Oh my god. I didn't freaking rest. No. Alright, let's see, I can't fast travel, okay. So, let's, quickly save, and let's keep moving on. I can't fast travel. Let's keep it going there, guys. Alright, we did all the stuff that we needed to do. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's go see what is awaiting for me. Oh, God. People will be like, oh my god, why is he singing? What is going on? Good Lord, man. Stop it. Stop it now. Good Lord. Please. Alright, let's keep it going. Residential Zone 4. Nothing there. Nothing there. I definitely would love some more goods. Give me the goods. I like the goods, video game. Give me the goods. Also, when I came over here last time, they threw me into a freaking cutscene. Alright. Nothing there. Nothing else there. Man, oh man. Alright, let's go up this way. We gotta go to another residential zone. Oh, that's still just from the cutscene. From the side quest from earlier. Okay. Nothing over here. Huh. Interesting. Time to go to the takeoff and departure area. There, guys. Let's do this. And let's keep it going there, guys.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
What the hell?
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
What is happening? What is happening?
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
What now? What the hell?
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
What now? Excuse me? Really quick, we're gonna save that. Good lord.
Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot
Oh,
in your mouth?
jeez!
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah.
Aw.
Just hang in
Oh, story
One
time.
day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Story time. Okay there, rando. So, we'll tell a story right now in between all the story stuff that's happening. So, today was a crazy day on the roads. Alright, so I was driving back and forth to do an errand, right? Going towards the errand, I have to pass by a certain road that has a lot of trucks that like to come in and out of it, right? So driving up there, not thinking too much of it, get behind a truck that's doing 35 and a 55. It's great. I'm like, okay. So can't pass, can't do anything. It was really, really, really annoying to deal with. So that was my drive to the errand. So coming back home is where it gets really good. I have to pass the same road wherever all these trucks come in and out of, right? And so I get to near the road. There's a truck in front of me, right? It's like a big ol' ass semi. Now, there's a line of these semis trying to make a left onto this road where all these semis go, right? There's a go-around lane. At least there's in Michigan where you can go around, you can pass these cars, okay? So I do that. The guy in front of me does it, I do it, and the guy behind me does it. While one of the trucks was making a left onto the street, right? And didn't see any of us because there's a bunch of trucks turning and cut the guy behind me off totally. Now, we're talking an 18-wheeler that cuts off a pickup truck. It was a little scary. Not to mention all the elderly people on the street today, for whatever reason, that were doing 30. So, got behind some more people that were doing 30, It was total carnage on the roads today. And it just felt like everyone was out to get me on the road this afternoon and this morning. And I was like, okay, I got inside the house. I'm like, okay, it's time to lock the door and just kind of enjoy my day, you know, and stay away from being on the roads too much. Glad I'm okay. Oh yeah, hell yeah, there, Rando. But so that was how my day went today, and I hope that satisfied your story time. Hope that was a good enough story time for you. But that was my day today. It was a carnage-filled day. I was like, you know what? It's time to stay home. It's time to be nice. Very nice? Hell yeah. But how's Rando doing tonight?
Boo! Ah, what the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games,
Sparky
Rinwell.
boy, calm down.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
What? Excuse me? Alright, well, we're gonna save really fast. But you're good? Hell yeah there, Rando. Man, tonight we've been experiencing this game's story, which, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good there, Rando.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
Okay. Damn, but good. Always good to hear that you're doing well there, Rando. Oh man, lots of story happening right now.
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Right? It's true. If you notice something, I'll be the first person to admit when I was younger I had a little bit of an anger problem, and I've worked on it. I've mellowed out over my as I grew up, and now I'm just a laid back crazy person. Lower level, central level, or upper level. I don't know where you want me to go, video game. Apparently the central level is where they want me to go. But yeah, can I go to the upper level? Okay, fine. I can't go to the upper level. Fine, whatever you say, video game. Whatever you say, video game, I will abide by it. But yeah, like legitimately, it's been a minus that little bit of issue. It's been pretty interesting. I've had a pretty low-key day. It's been not crazy. And here we go, some more cutscenes and story. Oh man, this is total carnage. I love it.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh goody, more riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
What is happening?
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this Great Spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this Great Spirit be the true Sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegis. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate...
Oh man!
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegis are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy, and the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed, and it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renaissance.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Oh jeez.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
What?
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Oh my.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix
So
your
basically you're holding me hostage.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Phasal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
What a jerk! He's like, okay, I'm done talking. Bye, bitch. God damn. Alright. Well, time to look around, I guess. Time to look around. I can't do anything else. Oh, excuse me. That's pretty cool. That was pretty different. That was really different right there. Holy shit. But hell yeah there, guys. Let's look at this. It seems to manage Hevrek's 35's condition. Lots of vital signs, stats are displayed. Oh man. Indeed. Alright. So there's that. Apparently we need to go to the higher and the lower levels.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrek 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter.
Ooh, this...
Let's find out.
Oh, this is going to get real interesting real fast. This is going to get really interesting there, guys. We have the upper and the lower levels to go to. This is going to get really weird and really... So, there's another race of beings in this game called the Helganquil, which just blows my damn mind, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Like, we are in mind-blowing territory right now of what's happening in this game. Which, you know what? I appreciate. I appreciate when a game just throws something out of left field and it's like, oh, by the way, there's these aliens. Aliens! And they're just observing, by the way, you know? Aliens! And and one of them's just floating through outer space, just looking at everybody in a spaceship. It's crazy. I love it.
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I guess so?
The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
Science?
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrect 35 when he mentioned that overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around.
What is happening? Excuse me? What? Oh, it's these stupid scientists. My God. Science gone berserk, man. Science gone berserk. It's crazy. It's crazy town over here. It appears to maintain constant monitoring to ensure nothing approaches Dig Phasal. Okay. Let's talk to you.
Have you guys lived up here in Dig Phasal with Hevrect 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrect 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrect 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
It's very happy before it dies. Man, that was... I didn't expect that one. I didn't expect that, to be honest.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell,
The Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
What?
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use astral arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries.
They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly
What the
about
hell?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process...
Hey,
then so
excuse
be it.
me?
Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Well, that guy's a jackass.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
True, but that was, I mean, to be fair, it was a really good revelation.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans and Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy.
Oh, jeez.
Types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy
Hey there,
that's been harvested
Jeffrax.
from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevrecht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
God, I hate everyone on this ship.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are
I
in.
don't care. They still deserve a... They still need to be punched.
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over, before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Party disbanded.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah.
But how was GF Rex's birthday? Hopefully it was fantastic. Hopefully it was fantastic. So this game's went totally crazy and I love it.
Everything we thought we knew, it was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, that the Helganquil made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevrek 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helganquil could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
But if Hevrek 35 was telling the truth, and this was all just one massive lie, does that mean everything we've done up until now has been pointless?
No, I don't think so. Or at least I hope not. I think it just means we've lost our foothold for now. That's all.
Really? Well then, if we've lost it, I guess we'll just have to find another. All of us together. And if we can't find one, then we'll make a new one. End of story.
Heck yeah, they're GF Rex.
Make one, huh? I see. Right then. Count me in.
Count me in. Indeed. All right. There's an inn in here? Excuse me? I mean, I'm cool with having an inn, I guess, you know. If you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind a shop. How about a shop? You're not a shop. I would really like a shop right about now. But yeah, hell yeah, they're GF Rex. Oh man, it's always a good time. Here, behold, you have been healed. I'll take 5 happy bottles, thank you. Now I'll go rest. Let's time for me to go rest now because I did that. I healed that man. It's time to rest and get my CP back for doing that. You know? No. No, we're not cooking. We took on a fight in the Forbidden Zone. We encountered the Red Women in the Forbidden Zone. We fought them. They revealed their true forms, and now it seems that they are actually a race of people called the Helganquil. We also are going to eventually be going to the Renan homeworld very shortly. Maybe, possibly. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab me a water. All right. Back I am there, guys. Back I am. All right, let's go over here and talk to Kisara.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
He who? Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans and the Great Spirit and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well, I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
Right. Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario,
water.
It might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain, in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, First, we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
True. But hey there, Numi. How's Numi doing? How's Numi doing? Oh man, we are in Storytown right now. We are in Plotville, and this has been total craziness happening, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Man, oh man. But how is Numi doing? Hopefully Numi is doing well. And more story time. So
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Danon mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know why that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danons again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana anymore, right? I know it's not as simple as all that, but Danons probably won't be so quick to let their guards down. And there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah, I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danon and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Rinwell.
That great spirit worries me too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Everett 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dana's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We won't. We'll keep it safe no matter what.
True. Doing well? Hell yeah there. Numi, hell yeah. Oh man. Hell to the yes. Like, I know I've been doing well. Minus, I had a journey. So I'll tell this story again really quick. I told it to Rando earlier. So earlier today, was driving on a road, got behind someone doing 35 in a 55 zone, right? Which was a truck. I was like, okay, sure, whatever. So, did that, did my errand. I was like, okay, coming back home, I get to the same road that has, so there's this road that always has a lot of trucks coming down it, and get to that road, and there was 2 trucks making a left onto it, right? And I had to go around, and so there's a go-around lane in Michigan, so you can just go around, and it's a 1-lane road each way, and you can just go around, and you don't have to stop, right? Just a nice little shoulder, you can go around. So I use that, the guy in front of me uses it, I use it, and the person behind me uses it. Well, there's an 18-wheeler that was turning left off that really truck-laden road right there, right? And cut off the guy behind me while they were doing 55. Well, not 55. It was more like 35 going around, because you don't want to go around those, use that lane going at a high rate of speed. But, watch that happen today. That was fun. So I was like, okay, I gotta get home. So that way all the crazy people are not going to take me out today. And so that was the story of my my crazy drive to and from home today.
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thesampleman? Once my memory started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Barky boy, calm down.
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for me, to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up and listen.
In other words, if you let the big picture stuff get you all muddled up inside, you'll begin to lose sight of what you really care about. Yeah, I think you're right.
The thing that's most important, what I really care about. All I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me, to fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
Oh man. Hell yeah. But yeah, that was my interesting drive home today. That was a lot of shenanigans happening. And I was like, God damn it. Why? Why today? Good Lord.
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
Oh, jeez.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Oh? What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only blazing sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danan society without any bloodshed. That is why...
You're the same as ever, Dohalim.
Is it too much?
No, relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen, will you
You
help
got
me?
my word,
You
friend.
don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Aww. I like this whole party.
It sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call is a mystery.
Interesting.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danan, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too. I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening.
Man.
If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even
True.
meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the
Savior
honest
Girl.
truth.
We have Barky Boy, Boom Boom Girl, and Savior Girl now. Let's go.
Well, Is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dana's still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
Let's go, Law.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world, and it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Xion.
Oh, man.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Xion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Xion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Xion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
What?
While the main body resides in Rena.
Xion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
Oh, man.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the great astral spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see.
Oh, man. He's like, well, it should have a plan. I just hope it has a plan.
Let's go give Hevric 35 our answer.
What if it's like, nah, I don't have a plan. I'm just gonna send you over there. You figure it out. You figure it out. You guys got this. You guys just figure this out, okay? You guys don't need me. You don't need me. That would be the ultimate kick in the face right there. Be like, hey.
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renis almost stolen, Lenegis is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing? Who the hell do they think they are?
More importantly, who do they think we are? We might not even factor into their list of concerns.
I just hope everyone on Lenegis is safe.
Worst comes to worst, Lenegis is equipped with a large number of starships the people can escape in. As long as the whole satellite doesn't suddenly explode or something, they should be fine.
Wait, explode?
In any case, if we're truly going to make a difference, it's on Rena we're needed, not Lenegis. The people there will be fine, I'm sure of it.
Right.
Okay. Let's get some saving in. We just got some lore. We are in the middle of lore. Dohalim is becoming your second favorite? Nice. Dohalim is really good. Dohalim is a really good character. What's in the upper level? What's in here? Nothing? Excuse me? Excuse me, video game? That was all for nothing? Fine. Whatever. What's in the lower level? Alright, nothing there. Central level. Here we come. It's time. I can't fast travel. Alright, you guys ready for some more lore? The never-ending lore. Let us continue with more lore. And you guys get to meet Hevracht, because we talked to him before you guys popped in.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit, and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit.
Oh, damn.
That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns could be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony. Considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed, I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Oh, damn!
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all.
Oh man!
Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Oh man!
Man, is it too much to ask for Havrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is good to go again, we'll be taking off for Rena right away.
Okay, let's more lore!
Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. But with the amount of energy we're talking about here.
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
This is...
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Hevrect 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details, so assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
Man, oh man, this game, just when I think I know what's going to happen, the game's like, oh, by the way, here, have all these mind-blowing new things that just throw what you thought was going to happen and just turn it on its head. It's great. I love it. Oh God. Do I want to talk to you, lady? Apparently I have to talk to you. It'll take some time to completely repair your starship. I suggest that you all get some rest in the interim. Fine, let's get some rest. Let's get some rest. Oh my God. But like, legitimately, I will need a lorry for all the lore. True. True. What is Dohalim looking at?
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among
Man!
those. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well,
If you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Oh man! They're getting really close! Really close! Aww.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings
Oh,
this
man.
whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight.
Aww.
Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because
Aww.
you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
What?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us?
Oh man.
In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy...
This is crazy.
Yeah. Maybe...
Everett 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become.
Aww.
So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Oh, you two! You two! Stop it! Law? Law, why are you like me? What is the
You
matter?
want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Shion?
Same as you. Still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Oh, man.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrecht 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike.
Man!
We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Damn. Jeez.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end.
Man!
I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen.
Guys. In the top 100. Easy.
Okay. I understand. And I'll forgive you.
In my top 100. Easy.
Thank you, Shion.
This game's right up there.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Man, oh man. Oh, this game is so good. Guys, this...
Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Phasal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helgan.
Oh man.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot.
Oh man.
Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
That's a warp, Mario.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand.
That's mean.
All right, time time to get back on the
Oh, that's mean there, Elfin. Oh, something an observer can't understand. You know, you're an idiot. Goodbye. But yeah, let's warp, Mario. Let's go. Let's go to the surface of a planet. All right. Are you guys ready to make progress again? Because apparently our observer friend there really doesn't believe we can do anything. Man, oh man. Why do you continue to exist? It asks us. You know, just throwing it out there.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
Oh, look at that. So there's Rena. There, GF Rex. You guys weren't here for that. Numi and GF Rex and everyone that's been hanging out. But this is crazy town. It's been insane. And it's really cool.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
Oh, damn.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive.
That's actually...
It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
That's actually a really interesting... We are on the destroyed remnants of Rena.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
Man, oh man, there, guys. And now we can teleport back to... Ooh. We can teleport back to, Alright, we're done. Watch this.
hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown.
Oh, geez.
Wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something.
Poor Law. Poor Law. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna hit the old restroom, and I'll be right back there, guys. Poor Law. And back. All right, let's watch another.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
True.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
we might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
Man, I have so much story to do. Holy shit.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule, but if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started
Oh, man.
their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full
True.
of labels used to divide
Yup.
and separate people.
True.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
there will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become
Oh,
second
man.
nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Indeed. Oh, man. And now we can... All right. So can I fast travel here? That's my question right now. I can fast travel here. That's good. Now what is... Okay, I can fly to Lenegis, or I could fast travel to Lenegis. You know, I much prefer fast traveling. You know, it gets the job done. But what do you guys think of the story so far? Because holy shit, I did not expect to get what we got. Alright, so we have a side quest in Dake Faisal. We have one in Ultzbach, so let's go to Ultzbach. Excuse me. Ugh. You'll...
We've reached our destination.
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Hopefully it's nothing that'll be too hard to deal with.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something.
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize
Aww.
those ingredients were off.
What? No, I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat.
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle.
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Oh, man. Poor Law. Poor Law.
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our
Oh,
own
jeez.
needs.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different
Man,
after all.
it's crazy. All right, let's see what you... All right, so it's been about 2 hours of story.
Yeah.
Hey, seems like you folks are staying pretty busy. Oh? You could say that. You seem to be in high spirits yourself, Grenar. I mean, look at how hot Grenar is, by the way. I try. I'd like to think I'm good at staying positive, if nothing else. After all, with everyone so scared right now, it's important for guys like us to stand tall and keep hope alive, you know? You said it. What's got you all down in the dumps? Me? I'm fine, I guess. Well, you don't sound like it to me. If Zephyr saw you like that, he'd been none too pleased. Grenar, cut him some slack. What'd I say? Oh, yeah. Huh? Anyway,
Yeah.
I just remembered that Nate said he has a favor to ask you guys. He does. What is it? You should just talk to him yourselves. Tell him I sent you. See you later.
Just
You
great.
scurried off in a rush. That stuff with Zephyr, I mean your dad, still weighing on your mind, huh?
I guess.
I've known every Crimson Crow since I was in diapers, so I know better than anyone just how much they revered him. It's not like anyone's pointing the finger at me, but it's hard to stop imagining that they don't hate me somehow. Do you want to wait here while we talk to Nath?
Thanks.
No, I'll come along. Not like waiting around is going to make you feel any better. Oh man, mixed feelings! It's mixed feelings time. Also, I want to check and see if there's any new weapons to craft as well. Now that I think about it. You know what? We're gonna do that first. Want to see if there's any new weapons to craft. You know, that
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Okay, craft weapon. Oh my god, there is. Chameleon hide. Okay, so just to make sure. Okay. Everything's 20,000 as well. Alright. Okay. Let's not try to buy anything else. And let's, you know.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
Up. Law, you're not getting you're not getting it through your thick head, man. You're not getting it through your thick head, man.
Huh?
Oh, hey, you guys, what can I do for you? We were going to ask you the exact same thing. Grenar sent us to talk with you. Said you had a favor to ask? Favor? What favor? Oh, I know. You know the Iglia waste? There's a Zoogle there I want you to take care of. For now, we've managed to contain it and block off the roads, but who knows when it'll break loose and start causing trouble again.
All right.
Makes sense. I'm guessing you want us to go in and make sure that never happens. More or less, yeah. But I'm not asking you to do it, Alphen. I want Law to take care of it instead. Me? Really? Got a problem with that? No, it's not that, but... Good.
All right.
Then get to work as soon as possible. If you need to break the barrier to get it done, that's fine too. Anyway, that's all from me. Don't let me down, you hear?
I guess.
What is it with these guys? First Grenar starts acting weird and now Nath. It's me. This is because I got my dad killed. Law. No, it's fine. It's the least I can do after I put these guys through.
Got it.
Nobody said we couldn't help you. We'll come too. Oh man! See? Elfin's got your back, bud. Elfin's got your back. We got this. Okay, so that's how we get to the Iglia Waste one. So we have a side quest in Iglia Waste. Alright, let's, there's nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. We have a side quest in Pelagian, level 3. So let's get that opened up to us.
Finally. If only...
My lord, you've received a notice from Nadio. It says that the wedding is to be held at Saxleo Temple. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. At last, it seems the big wedding is upon us. I can ill think of a happier occasion than this. I'm excited for them. Their future! Yes, I would like to go to a wedding. It's wedding time there, guys!
Saxleo Temple. Isn't that where Shion was being held?
Shh. Wasn't it beautiful? I can't wait for this.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Spring
He is blushing.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back.
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Poor Law! Oh my god!
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion, but that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Hoodle!
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean.
Hoodle out
Thank
for
you.
blood.
And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Oh my god! Alright, here we go. A creepy crawly tangent.
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
What?
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard!
What is happening? Excuse me? Oh man. What's going on right now? I mean, it's great. I love it. But what's going on? Oh man. Let's go. We gotta go into the temple. Hoodle's out for blood. Hoodle will destroy all of mankind if it comes down to Rinwell getting attacked or anything.
I never thought about this until now, Alphen, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
What? Excuse me? Excuse me? Law? What are you? Law's crazy. Barky boy going crazy. Lord Dohalim, thank you for coming. Dohalim, you're here. Great. Let's get right to business. Everyone's waiting for you to speak.
Oh.
My, this is quite a gathering you all have assembled. All the more reason to make sure I don't disappoint. Ahem. Thank you all for coming. Today I wish to forego the usual formalities and ask you for your blessings on this most auspicious day. I first met Sir Nadio and his soon-to-be wife Kagari when... This is going to take a while. Now then, a toast to the loving couple's eternal happiness as well as peace and prosperity between Dana and Rena. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers!
Alright, time for the big bouquet toss. You know, Shion, I hear that if you catch a bouquet at a wedding, you'll always be a single and alone. Wait,
what?
Really? Hiya! Ah! Yay! Aw.
Nice try, you two. Better luck next time.
Never.
Why would...
Why?
Wait, something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be alone. How could I? Oh, please. I'm so lonely.
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alphen!
I'm alone. I'm all alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. Oh, I've got it!
Alphen?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. There's also this one from me. So please, don't give up. We'll fight this together. Shion!
Where'd that go? Oh no.
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen. Seriously.
A gun modeled after a bouquet? Wedding cake cutter? Excuse me? I mean, I'll take it. What is happening? Excuse me? What?
Feeling better now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
Oh my god. Okay, I want to just see. I have to see this. The wedding cake cutter is better than the... Okay. What? How? Excuse me? The wedding cake cutter is a better weapon than the weapon you get for being the sovereign. What? Okay. So apparently I'm actually flabbergasted. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect that. I'm not going to lie there, guys. Let's go back to Dake Faisal. Dake Faisal.
Always good to be back in familiar territory. I wonder if something happened.
Okay. Jerk. Remind me, you two were both born in this current generation of Renans, correct? That would put 100 years between us, which would make me akin to an ancestor to your generation. As such, I have an opportunity for you to demonstrate the respect due to elders like me. Perhaps I'm reading into things too much, but is such respect truly merited in this instance? I couldn't tell you one way or another, but it seems like he needs help with something. Just listen to what I have to say right now. You see, hold on, I can't let you go any further. I had a feeling this was going to happen. You always try to beat me to the punch with these things. I'm surprised to hear you object. I thought you understood that sometimes the quest for knowledge requires that we get our hands dirty. That's exactly why I can't simply stand here and let you do this. I could be losing out on a valuable opportunity. Then let's make it fair, shall we? We'll both give them our requests. Works for me. I have no objections. My head is starting to hurt trying to follow these two. They must be pretty strong if even you admit that. I don't know what you want from us, but don't expect us to agree to anything. Hey. What's that? Are you simply going to walk past an elderly person who's in distress? I didn't think that a generation gap had gone so wide that young people forgot their manners. How unfortunate. Really? All right. We'll hear you out, but one matter at a time. We're busy people. Fair enough. In that case, I can wait. You go first. Thank you. Now I will, as I was about to say before, I'd like you all to go down to the surface of Rena and track down a certain experimental Zoogle subject of mine. It's a failed specimen. I ejected it from Dake Faisal, thinking it would dispose of it, but it seems to have survived that trip in space. What? You threw it out into space? That's so cruel. And you wish for us to finish the job, I gather. It's partly why I need you to do. More importantly, I need you to collect tissue from said Zoogle. I would never have predicted it would arrive on Rena alive and well. It merits further scientific investigation. Why not simply go there yourself? Then you could research the creature to your heart's content. Proper field studies aren't my area of expertise. From what I gather, you people are better equipped for such strenuous work than I'll ever be.
I see.
I thought I was being mindful of how I presented myself, but apparently not. Sounds like someone's a little lazy to me. We'll handle it, I guess. Agreed. Possibly, maybe. I have rather mixed feelings. I won't make any firm promises on whether we shall deliver, but if that works for you, we'll look into it. I'm pleased to see my predictions about you weren't unfounded. I should also mention, the Zoogle in question is a 6-armed giant. It's an extremely violent specimen, so be careful. Okay. Tissue sample. Excuse me! We are not taking... That is...
Dohalim,
We here at
the line of
Sampleman
research is
Corporation
getting longer.
do not condone that
put more thought
that
into this before
activity here at Sampleman Corporation and LLC. We do not approve of that. Exclamation point sample, by the way. Exclamation point sample on that one. The game is trying to get me to
Hey, Alfred.
is trying to get me to collect a sample.
I'm not talking
Nope,
about muscles, you
not
dummy.
happening. What the hell? Okay, we have a... That's still a few levels over me. That's the Luva Forest. That might be at my level now. That might be at my level now as well. Okay, you know what? Let's try to do this. That's the Luva Forest. Alright. We need to go to...
We finally made it.
There we go. How dare they? How dare they do that?
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
Pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right.
Elfin?
Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shion.
Elfin?
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome. That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
What?
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Oh no. Oh no, poor Elfin. I love it though, it's hilarious. It's great. Okay, are you guys ready to do a side quest really fast? Let's try some side quests. Let's try some side quests here, guys.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
We need to go to B1. You know, so that way we cannot sink our battleship. You know, that would be bad. But we should be leveled enough to take on our little friend down here. Is it the southeast corner? I'm pretty sure it's the southeast corner, yeah. I don't want to fall there. That would be dumb. We want to fall down here. Okay. Really quickly, we're gonna save again just to make sure. We're fully healed.
What do you want to do about that big one?
Yo, bitch.
Let's take it down.
Gotta break through. Armor won't save you. You're mine.
Hi, I'm here to end you.
Take this.
This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm.
Ah!
Prepare to be seized. Actually,
Oh man, let's go.
Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Will they ever swallow dead?
no further.
Denied.
I'll be taking that heal. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will not kill you. Goodbye, friend.
Lightning reflexes. Here's a healing blazing swarm. Swallow dead. Dragon Swarm. Swordling Alpha.
Such unadulterated fury.
How about we not hit me? Please stop hitting me. It hurts. Stop hitting me, man.
Now you see what I can do. Burn. It's gonna attack.
I've let you all down.
Stay away from
How about we not
I'll bring you back from death abyss.
do that again?
No further.
Dragon Swarm. Swordling Alpha.
Elusive deity.
I'm almost impressed.
My friends turn from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away. Here goes. Don't mind if I do.
Dragon Swarm.
Ow! Stop it!
Try harder. Dragon Swarm. Swordling Alpha.
Oh my god.
Can't lose.
Heal. Not like Dragon Swarm. You'll pay for that.
Imbue this vanquished soul. You're nearly done for me.
Try harder. Dragon Swarm.
Here, let me help.
Now I can let loose.
On your
I'm ready.
Okay, you're pissing me off now, bitch.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alvin.
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right.
You're pissing me off. It's time to die.
Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Here's a that'll bring you down.
Eat this.
Hear me.
Take
Flame of
this.
Fury.
Dragon Swarm. I'm just getting started. Swordling Alpha. Captivity.
Let's tear him up.
Hi, I'm here to hurt you. But yeah, like, hopefully you guys have been enjoying tonight's stream, because man, oh man, we got all sorts of crazy.
Such unadulterated fury.
Stop it! Stop it now! That was some total carnage that we experienced. It was great.
Forgive me.
I can't heal you forever.
Hey guys, do you guys want to not waste? Oh man, I'm gonna just do this. Don't waste me! Oh my god, you idiot! Stop wasting! Oh my god. I'm actually mad right now. I'm actually really irritated with what's happening in this fight. I'm wasting money on this fight. Help! Guys, come on, man. Die! I just wasted 3,000. I just wasted 3,000 G's, by the way.
I've used a bit too much healing.
Okay, time to go obtain whatever the hell's in this room. This better have been worth it, by the way. And it wasn't. Piece of shit. Alright, fine. But the good news is we have this, so. Boom! But yeah. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. What a crazy fight that was. But now, I'm gonna have to freaking, oh my god. Fine. Alright, I need to talk to Bayfon, who's in Niaz. So let's go talk to Bayfon. Bayfon, I did stuff.
You finally made it.
Hey there, man. I got some stuff to give you.
Right.
Good.
Okay.
You don't say.
Right.
Okay.
Agreed.
Boom. Lucky cat statue.
This shall be a feast for the senses.
All right. Let's go to the inn really fast and obtain another orange gel that we just spent in that fight. I'm not angry. I'm not angry about spending $3,000.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. Well, we did make a technical profit, I guess. We technically made a profit on that. So I guess I'm fine with it. Even though it irritates me very highly. Good lord. But yeah. Alright, let's see if there's anything else. I feel like the Navira snow plains is the only other thing I can do right now. There's another side quest in Niaz. It's way over there. Okay. Let's go see what that side quest is. Must do side quest. I don't care. Must get side quest.
I think there's someone in trouble
Must talk to person. Looks like he's not coming home today.
Why?
Pardon me, madame. What seems to be the problem? Well, Black Owl I was looking after has flown off somewhere. An owl?
Oh.
You kept one as a pet? That's right.
Yes.
She used to be attached to my son. It's one of the few things he left behind after he passed away in all the turmoil in this city. So sorry, ma'am. Well, it's not for you to apologize for. I'm sorry for laying that on you. We just met. We'll search for the owl. Rimwell, surely you and Hootle could track this owl down, could you not? Maybe. I think Hootle might just be able to do it. Madame, would you entrust us with finding your son's missing owl? Can't guarantee we'll find it, but there might be hope yet.
Well...
Before we take off, may I ask you if you have anything that your son used to wear? Perhaps if it sees something it's fond of, or has a familiar scent, it'll be more inclined to approach us.
Yes!
Much
My
obliged. Wait, you're running, aren't you? Why are you? Are you sure it's alright for you to be helping a Danon like me? Madame, do you have reservations about soliciting help from me? It's an awkward situation for us both. I understand. In any case, we shall be back. A black eye patch. Start quest. Owl Sanctuary. Yes. Now where would this be?
I can't say I'm impressed. You're making promises too freely. And that last exchange...
Niaz is beset with grief. As a responsible Renan, it falls to me to extend my hand.
Hello? Mr. Owl. Hoodle says the owl saw a black owl flying out west earlier.
I see.
If it flew west from here, could it perhaps be staying at the owl forest? Oh yeah. When you put it all together, it definitely might be. Only one way to find out. Owl forest, here we come! Time to go to the owl forest. I love going to the owl forest.
Wow.
Not sure he's not sure which one it could be, but the Owl King says 3 new owls arrived recently. She seems to be responding to the eye patch. I guess you're right. Yes, without a doubt. I'm relieved to see her alive and well.
Yeah.
He says he hates to see her go, but he understands the situation. Apparently our friend here was only visiting anyway, so it's okay to bring her home. He appreciates us looking after his fellow owls and as always, and says he wants to give us a present. It looks like we have to take one of these things home with us.
I see.
While bigger isn't always necessarily better with these things, what say you all? Let's get the big basket.
Really?
What's this thing?
What?
Yeah.
Well, we could always do more snacks in our travels. He also suggests we bring the basket back to the owl's mom as a souvenir for where she's been. I wonder if they hate having to say goodbye. She said she'll fly home and bring the basket back herself. She wants us to go on ahead and tell the mother she'll be coming home. That says it all. Let's make our way back. We got a sandwich recipe. We got ourselves a sandwich recipe.
Those 3 seem to get along so well. Was it really right for them to separate?
Okay, let's go back to, where was that? That was Niaz. We have to go back to Niaz. Let's do it there, guys.
It was his choice, and he ultimately chose the lady over his friend. I can only hope this helps her in her recovery.
Aww. That owl's so nice. Aw, what a nice owl. Hell yeah. The owl is amazing. That owl is amazing. Hell yeah, let's go. You're not who I want to talk to. I have someone way more important to talk to. Her. Let's go. Just people I was looking for. I wanted to tell you something. Look at this. When I woke up one morning, I found not just one owl waiting for me, but 3. Huh? 3 of them. So the other 2 came back with her son's owl as well? So it would appear, yes. Plus they also kindly brought this cute little basket with them. Inside it, I found some kind of health drink. I wonder if they were thinking of me when they decided to pick it up. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really glad for you, ma'am. Madame, if you don't mind me asking, what was your son's name? Deadeye. He used to run some sort of gang, the Darkwings, I think they used to call it. Deadeye. I told him it was too dangerous, but he wouldn't listen. And one day, he vanished without a trace. He wasn't the most thoughtful son, that's for sure. I see. I had a sneaking suspicion that was perhaps the case. Oh, you knew him. How funny. I wonder if fate brought us together somehow. My son loved the legends about the old Darkwings. That's why he kept him this black owl as a pet. Ever since he found her, they were inseparable. She was the only real friend that he had. While him and Bayfon, still, those 2 were the only ones my son used to open up to. They're both still alive, at least. I'm sure they're carrying on his vision. You know, these three owls are just like the legend. There was the hero and their two followers, and together they formed the Darkwings. So this little one really is keeping the Darkwings alive. I'm so happy to see that.
So then,
We best be off, madame. We've got our work cut out for us. If you don't want this heroic little owl to put us to shame. Wait, I haven't thanked you all for everything that you've done. I know, I'll give you this basket.
my thanks.
Oh man. Nice! Hell yeah! Bada boom, bada bing. Wow. We have gotten a lot of stuff for... Okay. Double that. I'll do that. Let's go. The good feathers, right?
I still can't believe Deadeye was caring
Right?
for these owls. Maybe he really was a nice guy once.
People
Right?
are not born immutable. They change, and not always for the better.
This time it was for the better, though.
Indeed.
Okay. I have another side quest in Yes. Holy shit! It's side quest galore.
I wonder if something happened.
It's side quest galore time.
I guess.
Oh, it's you. Lost a lot of people. You know what they say? Lenegis wasn't built in a night. There was a light that crashed from the sky. Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so... Oh my god, one of the good feathers says bada boom, bada bing, like you just said, right?
Strange.
I guess he was. Maybe the anxiety's getting to him.
Oh man, good feathers. I mean, I watched a lot of Animaniacs back in the day. It's just force of habit. It's force of habit there, GF Rex. I was very influenced by Pinky and the Brain and, you know, that sort of stuff. So, I mean, gotta go for it, you know? Okay, so... Navira Snow Plains, it is 9:20 already? Holy shit. You know what? Let's try to do this. Narf, right? Oh yeah. The same thing we're gonna do every night. Pinky, try to take over the world. Oh man. Wonder if we'll be able to do this time. I mean, we're way better equipped. We're way better equipped there, guys, this time.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little.
Time has been flying by these days, indeed. I mean, that is very true there, Numi.
Water's
like,
not going to hurt it.
It's been a very, very...
Look out!
Okay,
What the hell is?
Stay calm.
Alright, can we beat this piece of shit? Probably not.
You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped up in a flash. Watch this! Burn! Exploit the enemy's weakness. I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
I don't think we can do this yet. So we're not gonna do that just yet. But yeah, like, time has been really flying. You know what? Let's load game. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else that we can do. But yeah, time the last few weeks has been really flying. For whatever reason, like, 2020 took forever. 2020 was one of the longest years I've ever experienced. But 2022 has been flying, like, at a high rate of speed. Okay. Wonder if this... Okay, actually... I wonder if this is dangerous to me or not.
We finally made it.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
It is, indeed. But first...
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zugolin that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zugol pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zugol's gone, right? So what does it matter?
Break!
Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zugol like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zugol, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
Think we can take that thing?
No way. Forget about it.
No way! No way, they say, but I'm gonna try anyway. Hey, hey. Oh, it's level 53. Okay, we can definitely not...
Brace yourself. This one's tough.
Armor won't save you.
Radiant Pierce! Is it hot? Just here's the healing arm.
Take it.
Go for the weak point.
Yep, we can't. I'm not gonna lose all that progress. You predict a Mario Kart 8 DLC on Monday? Ooh. I won't lie. I think that's a very good prediction. I think that's a very good prediction there, GFRX. I think we're definitely going to possibly get an announcement that day.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!
But speaking of announcements, it's announcement time that the stream is done for tonight. Unfortunately. Obviously, tomorrow we're gonna be doing some more digital championship wrestling, most likely. So tomorrow, the first match is going to be a new match type that you guys haven't seen yet. And it's going to be fun. I created the casual championship and all that. But again, I would like to say thank you to GFRX, Numi, Rando, for hanging out tonight. I always appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Very much appreciate your guys' all your guys' support all the time. You know what? Really fast, I think what we should do, I think we should just end at the Owl Forest and then save there, so that way I'm not standing in front of a giant Zugol that's trying to kill me. That would be very bad. Alright. But thank you guys. Again, always amazing that you're always, I always appreciate your guys' support. You guys know how much I appreciate you. You guys know how much I appreciate you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more DCW action. And with that, peace out, everybody. Bye.